Hey guys, this is Vijay Benakal on another video from Vijay's Tennis, where it is all things tennis. In this video is actually an interesting one because I'm going to give you 5 tips, 5 key tips in terms of picking your racket or purchasing a racket or buying a new one. So I'm going to give you some tips to watch out for, and these are the most crucial tips, and I found this very useful when I was going through finding my perfect racket, which I actually switched from a Wilson to Yonex, and this is basically my journey with it, and this might even suit to you who is basically watching this video, to figure out if it is the right racket for you. So without further ado, let's get into this video. All these key tips that I'm going to be sharing to you in this video, mind you, these are not in order at all, but definitely something to watch out for. So the first tip that I'm going to talk about is identify your needs before your next racket. So this is the first tip. So if you're looking to buy a racket from your previous one to a new one, you really want to identify with your previous one what is your positives and what is your negatives. So what do you like about your racket? Do you like it powerful? Do you like it, is it good with precision, or does it have good spin? Then you might figure out, okay, so there's the positives. But what about the negatives? Is it maybe too firm? Or maybe is it too stiff? Or maybe it's not giving me more power than I really want? So you need to identify your previous racket's negatives before you can look into your next racket. I had a Wilson Pro Staff 95, and it was a 95 square inch head, with a 313 unstrung weight, but it has a lot of good control, and it was able to help me put the ball in the court, but I was lacking power, I was lacking spin, and sometimes I may miss-hit a few balls. So then I identified and said, okay, I need a racket that is about 100 square inches, bigger head size with a bigger sweet spot, has more power, but has control and stability and some of the same features as it does with the Wilson Pro Staff 95. So I eventually switched to a Yonex E-Zone 100, and I was able to test it, and I personally fell in love with it ever since. The second key tip is try before you buy. Now, there's a lot of people there's a lot of people that actually buy a racket without even testing it. What are you doing? Meaning, you got to demo or test the rackets before you purchase them. You need to probably test rackets out at least for a few days, maybe a few weeks or a month. It may be hard to test a racket that you specifically like for about a month, just because there's a lot of people really wanting it and it has a lot of demand for it. So you probably most likely will try the racket that you actually like for the first 3 to 5 days of testing that specific model. So you could speak to the pro shop in order to check that out, and hopefully he or she can help you with that. Key tip. The next key tip is budget. So if you're a beginner or an intermediate, depending on what you really actually want in a racket, it all depends on your needs. So, for example, if you're hitting with your friends like once a month, or you're just there to have fun, just want to hit a ball, or just, I don't know, muck around. Maybe muck around is a bit of an insulting word, but maybe muck around. Then the budgets are going to be various. It can be from $20 to above. But if you're an intermediate player or an advanced player, or you're hitting 3 to 4 times a week, or you play at a tournament level, I hate to say it, but there's no budget-friendly option. And I know it kind of kills me to say this, because the quality of rackets these days, the prices are around about $250 and above. Now, don't let that discourage you, because there are previous racket models that you can buy at a really good price, like brand new. You may be lucky enough that you could get it less than $250, and if that's the case, and everything works out the way you want it, then that should be no issue at all. So, but again, if they have demos, make sure you test them before you buy that still. The fourth key tip is identify the qualities when testing rackets. Now, when I switched from my Wilson Pro Staff to a Yonex E-Zone, I noticed the massive difference. I noticed the stability, I noticed the comfort, I noticed how much power I was making, how much spin I was generating. So, this may be a little bit advanced for beginners with this, but you really should need to know or learn what kind of qualities that you should be looking at when you're testing a certain particular model of a racket. And in rackets today in Australia, there's so many brands, so many models, and you really want to really look at these qualities. So these qualities are, these are all not in order, but you got to look at the comfort level. So is it not too stiff, or is it firm to your liking? Stability. So stability means when you hit the ball, does it not twist the handle in your hand, or does it twist in your hand? Looking at control, the power, the feel, and also when you're hitting your shots too. I think advanced players will figure this out on their own because they've been playing tennis for so long. You can when you the actual quality is identify your shots. So when you're hitting the ball, what am I looking at? Am I seeing a good launch angle, or am I seeing how it actually comes off the racket, or how much it spins, how quick does it travel? So you got to identify those qualities before you figure out if the racket is actually your racket of choice. Number 5, and oh man, I've had so many people do this so many times, and I don't understand why. But see, the 5th key tip is matching grip size. You need to have the right grip size, because if it's not the right grip size, then it's going to be really, really, really difficult to hold certain particular grips of each stroke that you hit. So if you're hitting a forehand, your grip is going to be different. If you're hitting a backhand, your grip is going to be different. If you're hitting a serve or a volley, slice, that grip is also going to be different. If the grip size is really big, then you're going to find a huge struggle to hold the grip properly. If the grip is too small, you could try find ways around that. You could probably increase the grip size by adding a few layers of overgrips on them. But still, I wouldn't recommend it, as it kind of messes up with the weight in the racket. And I'm fussy with that, but hey, I mean, challenge me, leave a comment down below if you think I'm just talking out of my mouth or rubbish, but I'm telling you, it can mess up the weight a little bit, and the balance will feel a little bit different. If you haven't checked balance, or talking about you know, all the racket terminologies, I'd recommend watching my video about rackets, which will be in the description of this video below. So here I have with me the smallest grip size in today's market, and you rarely will find them in Australia today. This is a 4/1/8 grip size, and this is grip number 1, which is in European standard version. So when I was coaching, I always told my students, the smaller the grip size, the better it is. And how to actually tell if the grip size is perfect or not. So for example, so this is the smallest grip I have. So if I'm holding my forehand grip, right, and if I can fit one finger, so if I can fit one finger in between the fingers here and the palm here, If I could fit one finger or just sneak in my finger in between the fingers and the palm, then the grip is the right fit. And even if even if it's like, let's say it's really close to each other, I still recommend that it is a correct fit. If it overlaps, then obviously it's too small. But if I'm fitting two fingers, okay, so two fingers, if I'm fitting two fingers, then that is too big. If you haven't checked my grips video, that will also be in the description link below, talking to you about what is grips and what is knuckle and what is heel pad or the palm. So my continental grip, which is used for serving and volleys, my continental grip is on the second bevel, and then the palm is going to sit on the top of the grip, and that's 2-1 continental grip. Now, if the grip size is big, I can't hold this grip because it's going to allow me to go 2-2. So I'm going to have my continental grip with my knuckle and the palm both sitting at number 2. And I don't really want to use a 2-2 continental grip because I prefer 2-1 as it is more, it has a lot of stability than a 2-2. Smaller the grip size, the better it is. And yeah, those are my 5 key tips. I hope you enjoyed this video. Smash the like button, leave a comment down below, and hopefully that gives you even a bit more insight to look at what you want in your next racket. Hope you have a good one, and also hope you had a lovely Christmas the other day. And yeah, have safe holidays, much blessings to you guys, and take it easy, have a good one. Peace!